Hi everyone, welcome to Tia Podcast. Today we have an interesting topic. Today we're talking about birth order and personality.
It sounds horoscopy.
Yeah.
But I think
A bit less horoscopy, but also kind of in the same horoscopy area, right?
there are more environmental factors for the birth order and personality thing.
More environmental factors.
Yeah. Like your personality is from how your parents treat you, what?
Yeah, okay. That's before I get into that. Okay, so this one, right, the theory is from this guy called Alfred Adler, who developed the birth order theory in the 20th century. And the theory claims that the order in which a child is born shapes their development and personality. Okay, so question, do people usually guess your birth order correctly?
Do you play such games with your friends?
No, sometimes people will be like, do you have any siblings? Then you'll be like, oh yeah. Then they ask you to guess or something like that. It's common. People always say that.
No, okay, the thing is, right, I heard of friends saying that I feel like I have a younger brother.
Okay. I have been told I feel like I'm the oldest, or I'm the only child,
Okay.
or I'm the youngest, younger child. But
That's
right,
pretty much all the
no,
options.
nobody has ever said that I seem like the middle child.
Okay.
That's the only one nobody say. But to be honest, not a lot of people guess that I'm the older sibling on the first guess. Yeah, that's the more rare one. Okay, so I think everybody know, right? There are some stereotypes associated with the different orders. So today I have already got the list here, and I'm going to ask Sarah what she thinks is true. Okay, based on like maybe your friends. You think about your friends, and then you're like,
Okay.
This one
I have a lot of middle child friends, so I think I'll get this right.
My fiance Sam is middle child, and I really, that time when we wanted to film, I really wanted him here to give his middle child perspective. I was like, hey, your middle child, come and see here and talk about your problems. But anyway, he's not here today, so let's... Okay, what do you think this one is?
Okay.
Competitive, people pleaser, peacemaker, rebellious.
The first child? Oldest.
No.
It can't be the only child, right?
Middle. Second child.
People pleaser. Okay. Sorry.
Hey, get it together.
Okay.
This one. Mature for their age, sensitive.
The first one. Oldest.
No, refuse
Not the
to
oldest.
cooperate with others.
Immature for the age, eh?
Mature for their age, sensitive, and refuse to cooperate with others.
Refuse to cooperate with others. Sounds like the youngest. But when you say mature for the age, it sounds
Only
like...
child.
Okay. Sorry.
So you don't see that in you. You don't see that in you. You're like, no, that's not me.
Do you think that I am? No, but okay, it shows that I really didn't read the article.
Oh, okay. Okay, so this one. Tendency to be controlling. Use of good or bad behavior to gain parents' attention.
Youngest.
Tendency to be bossy.
Oh no. It's youngest.
No. So you got it all wrong. Okay, so
I have to read the last.
don't need to read the last one already. But the last one just for this. The baby of the family tends to get more attention, so they may be charming or outgoing, can be attention seeker, feels inferior, and behaves like the only child. May not be taken seriously. So there's actually a list lah, but I just chose the less obvious ones. So I guess you don't believe in this stereotype since you got none of it right.
I believe everybody is different.
Okay. So, I actually for a very long time, I believe these type of things. Because
So you see the oldest child's traits
in
yourself?
myself, yes.
And your brother's, like the youngest child trait in your brother?
I think it's a bit difficult to say because only two of us. Because you don't have the full like middle child plus younger child. We only is me and both of us. I think in my brother, I can see a little bit.
Of the youngest child trait?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also when I see my cousin's kids, that one can see.
No, I heard of stereotypes, but the one that I heard, the most common one that I've heard is the middle child, that they get the least attention from the parents. I have friends that admit they are middle child and they tell me that they feel like they get the least attention. Yeah.
I think it's true.
Why? Actually, why do you think?
My cousin also said that. We'll get into that. That. We have a whole section here. Actually, today's episode, right? Today's section will be focused on the middle child. So let's talk about this one first. About what do scientific studies actually say about this?
Okay.
So in the last year, 2 definitive papers have emerged to show that birth order has little or no substantive effect on personality. Does that surprise you? That surprised me actually. That really surprised me.
No, I believe like no correlation, right? I feel like it depends on the family.
Yeah, in the first paper, a huge sample was used to test the relation between birth order and personality, and the average effect was a correlation of 0.02.
Oh, that's very small.
What's the proper what is the correlation that we will say like is significant?
I don't know.
I thought you're in science. Is it
But
different?
0.02 is very low.
I have no idea what 0.02 means. Honestly, it could be very high.
No correlation.
Okay.
Like closer to 1 is
So 1 means definitely or what?
related, is proportional.
Okay.
I think I'm saying the right things.
So now another research investigates the link between birth order and personality with 3 samples from UK, US, Germany. This is very important from where it's from. And results show that birth order has now effects on personality across the board, except for intelligence. So, apparently the firstborns are more intelligent, which I think is true. Actually, okay. I'll say I think that when I look at my friends who are first, my friends who are firstborns, they do tend to excel more.
But do you think that's because they are the first child, so the parents spend more time pushing them?
No, but you see, when you say this, right, that's precisely the premise of this first child syndrome.
Okay.
It's the way that your parents treat you is different.
Okay.
So that's exactly what it is. If your parents all treat everybody exactly the same, which I think is impossible, then you won't have these birth order issues in the
You
first
think
place.
Courtney is smarter than Kim? Who's the firstborn? It's Courtney, right?
Courtney. I don't know.
I feel
No,
like
but
Kim
no,
is
I think Kim is smarter. No, but I'm saying like from what I observe, a lot of my friends who are firstborn, they get better scores and go into better unis. That one I think is something that I did notice.
Okay.
I'm not saying that it never happens that the younger ones, but it's just like in general that is quite a few of the older ones. So like just now I say, right, this study was conducted in UK, US and Germany. So it's a lot of Western countries. And I think anybody who is Asian will know that when you are born in an Asian family, except maybe you lah, because you're only child. But if you're Asian, right, definitely you always have this thing where you are the older sibling, you should take care of your whoever. I hated that.
Your mom said that to you?
Not so much my mom, my grandparents. My God, every time. Oh, he's your younger brother. Actually, my father also says that lah. He's your younger brother. You need to take care of him. Take care. And I always feel like throwing it back in their face.
This?
Yeah, I always feel like throwing it back in their face. Excuse me, take care of what? This is not my son. No, but you know, even in the older times, right? When you're talking about like maybe grandparents' generation, and like my grandmother, she has 11 siblings, and she had to work to give her siblings the opportunity to go to school. She had to be the one looking after them. So I would say in different parts of the world, the way that you are treated, right, is really very different. He's been activated. Yeah, but so that's why I was thinking, actually, when they say there's no correlation, did they study like Asian families? Do you think, because you see like for me, right, yeah, I guess I got more things to say now. Like for me, it's really true that as the older one, you're just expected to mature faster and expected to be able to give in to your younger sibling all the time. And I hate that. I hate it so much. So for me, and you know in Western countries, right, like they always address their siblings as their names. But not here. But here we are like, oh, this is my koko, my 姐姐, my titi, or my
Yes.
妹妹. We don't call them by their names. So that's one thing that I really tell myself, next time if I have children, right, I will make them all call each other the name.
Also,
right?
they're equal.
Yeah, no, I because I got one friend, right? I got one friend, she's Japanese, half Singaporean. Yeah, but she and her sister, they call each other by name also. And I do realize, right, that the way that they function is that the sister they don't expect the sister to look after each other.
Okay.
So I feel like that's
That's
fair.
nice. Okay.
No, yeah, I don't. It's not that I don't want to care about my siblings, but then to have the responsibility of like, oh, you are older than him. I'm older than him by what, like 2 years? You know, there was one time, right, my brother, I did this. I went to my grandparents' house when I was young. Then I did this took a long time for me to do a rabbit drawing. And I was so proud of my rabbit drawing, right? And then my brother go and take a colour pencil and then he go and colour it in. And then that time, of course, we are very young. Then I was so angry. Then I go and beat him. Let me remind you again. We're only 2 years apart. And that time I was definitely either in a lower primary or kindergarten. And yeah, I mean, then can you imagine at that time, right? And then somebody tell me, he's your younger brother. Like, give in to him, you know? Like why you scold him? Wow, I tell you, the anger is real.
Like you're really angry, but when the person said it, you got even angrier.
Yeah, because just because I'm older, right? I'm still a kid. I'm still a kid, and even okay, like now, if I draw something and then my brother really come and color it in, I will be like, okay. I think even as an adult, to be honest, if I spend a lot of time on it, I would still be angry.
Yeah.
But if he's a kid, like if let's say my brother was really like 5 years old at that time, and then he come and color it in, I'd be like, okay, he's 5 years old. But at that time, I was still young.
Okay.
So I think these kind of things, it really does shape the way that you behave as a person. That's why I believe in it.
Okay.
Okay, but anyway, I got this friend who is Asian also lah. Asian living in UK. I was also quite surprised. Actually, two of them, by how much, right? Both of them are firstborns. How much they care about their younger siblings. Money, giving them money, place
Both
to
from the
stay.
same culture.
No, both from different culture.
Okay.
Different culture, but different types of Asian.
Okay,
So,
okay.
yeah, no, I was really surprised because I was like, I can't believe how much people are willing to sacrifice because they I think one of them, they really feel like, oh, I'm the oldest, so I have to do certain things. And also another thing is, if you think about culture wise, right, there are specific cultures that take this more seriously than others. I would say actually Chinese do, especially if you're talking about like China, right? Chinese.
Most of them only have one kid.
You know, but you think like last time, they do have this mindset like, oh, the oldest boy is in charge of like, he's the one taking care of the family, so he's the one taking care of the parents,
I think Southeast Asian, a lot of Southeast Asian families are like that.
Southeast Asian also?
Yeah.
Thai people also like that?
No, like not just Thai, like, you know, Indonesian,
I don't know. That's why I don't know. I don't know about other cultures, but I know like Indian, because I also have friends who are Indians. They do take this like, oh, I am the first son, very seriously.
Okay. Does it stress him out? Or he's happily doing it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. But do Thai people also have this mindset that, oh, I'm the firstborn son, especially that then they tend to place a lot of importance on that first kid?
No, but I know that my grandparents, they had more resources for the younger kids. Yeah.
I see. Okay. So let's talk about middle child syndrome. So you just now you say you don't believe, right? But do you believe middle child syndrome is true?
No, okay, the one that I believe is when my friends tell me that they feel that they are neglected by their parents.
Uh-huh.
They feel like the forgotten child. So I don't know how to put this. Okay, I just believe them. I don't stereotype all middle child.
Okay.
Yes.
So, okay, middle child syndrome, right, is an informal term that refers to the way which birth order has affected a person's personality or mental health. And because it's an informal term, there's no set definitions. But there are some things that people who believe in this middle child syndrome often identify as similar characteristics. And typically, middle childs believe that they are inferior to other children in a family. They are more independent because their parents neglect them, and have better social skills as the bridge between the oldest and the youngest, good negotiation and conflict, and stable temperament. Find it difficult to know their role in the family. Hey, actually, you know
You
what?
sound like a nice person.
I think no, like the middle children in my life that I know, they are quite like that. I would say their temper very mellow.
Okay. My middle child. Okay, I have one middle child friend. I don't think his temper is nice. So
Yeah, okay lah. Again, we talk about this is kind of like a broad thing, but I did ask like Sam whether he feel like a neglected or like not neglected but middle child. But I think it's different, right, for him because he has two sisters. And he's the middle of two sisters. So I think it makes a difference that you are not the same gender also. If let's say you're girl, boy, then I think it will be more obvious.
for my dad friend, right, it's because okay, so he has an older brother. Then after that, the parents wanted a girl, but the second one turned out to be a boy. Then the third one is a girl.
Oh.
So you know what
Yeah,
happens,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Oh, that's
So I get why he said he's a forgotten child.
yeah, that also makes sense. If you're the middle child, right, it's not the different one. I also know somebody who is middle child, and actually she said that it's very funny because her brother had kids. Has 3 kids also, and then she said that she try and give more attention to her middle niece. And she said it's because I grew up as middle child, I really know how it feels like to be the one that is not a lot of attention. But I think these kind of things, right, like just now you asked if it's true that they are really neglected. I think to a certain extent, yes. Because like what people always say is the oldest child, everything is the first time, so the parents get very excited.
And very careful.
Yeah. And then with the last child, it's always like the baby.
Okay. The middle child is just
Middle child is like, okay, the path has been set for you, and
I
you
know
are
what to
not the
do,
youngest.
yeah.
So don't just mess up, okay? The path has been set. Walk the path.
Okay, that sounds sad.
Yeah, I think it is, but no choice, I guess.
Yeah, really no choice.
I think it's like inevitable. So I don't know. Don't have kids in odd numbers. I guess that is
Sometimes you don't have a say in that, you know.
Yeah, sometimes things just happen.
No, but do you think I have the only child traits? Or the youngest child traits?
What will you have?
Or the oldest child trait?
You?
Yeah.
I feel like
It's
based on better help, based on the better help, right? It's very hard for me to tell because this is all
I cannot tell.
within yourself. Okay.
Yes.
Would I have guessed that you are the only child? That's hard.
Do I look like I have a younger brother?
Anybody can look like they have a younger brother.
Okay.
No, actually, you know what? That's the most obvious one I can tell is when people got older brother, when girls got older brother. That one, they always make it it's a personality to them.
Really?
I feel like, okay, I don't say this all the time, but no.
What do they do? Like, they will tell everybody that I have older
It's not that. It's just the way that they behave is a little bit different. And not in a bad way. A lot of them who have older brothers, they're very sweet. Their personality is very sweet. They're kind of like somebody, I don't say this in a very stereotypical way, but somebody look after them. So a lot of them, they do have among my friends, I think that they have a bit more of like a softer personality.
Okay.
As compared to people who are oldest child, right? My friends, like oldest child girls, you like fighting a war sometimes. You know, my cousins, right? Compared to my cousins, that time my cousins are one boy, 3 girls. So the oldest girl, right, and the brother, the age gap very big. But the
brother is the oldest.
Brother's the oldest.
Okay.
Brother is 12 years older than the first girl. Wow. So but the rest of them, the age gap very close. But the thing is, I remember that time when she wanted to get her ears pierced, and then at first the mother didn't allow whatever, right? But once she got her ears pierced, all the younger siblings, the younger sisters, all can get the ears pierced. Because they always say like, hey, my sister also got ears pierced. Then at first, last time, they always cut short hair. But then she wanted to leave the hair long. Then I think, it's kind of like, she like kind of like fought for it. Then after that, they all just say, why Jia can leave her hair long, I cannot. That kind of thing. So you always get that very like, first child, sometimes I feel like I relate to it because sometimes, right, you're just the one fighting your way through.
Okay.
So I relate to this a lot. You know, when I was younger also, then when I started going out with my friends, and I think that was a period of transition for my parents because I'm no longer relying on them for companionship or anything. But last time my mom was a stay-at-home mom. She was very involved in our life, bring us to the cinema, park, everything. And then when I started going out with my friends, of course things changed. But right after then, I always want to go out with my friends. But wow, I tell you, when my brother become my age, then they were encouraging him to go out with his friends. You know, I was like,
does he stay at home all the time in the first place?
Yeah, my brother is not a homebody. No, but I was like, how come you encourage him to go out? Then when I'm already like that, then you don't let me. Then I like angry. I was like, this war was fought by me. Do I seem like older child to you? Will you? Hard to tell, right? Because you know me so long ago. I cannot even remember like what's our first impression of each other.
I don't know. Like, do you go around when you meet new people? Do you go around like thinking when they are the first, second?
No, I don't. But then sometimes no. But sometimes I will wonder like, oh, do you think they have siblings?
Okay, because it's not something that I wonder. It's usually people tell me whether they have siblings or not. But I wouldn't ask.
Oh, I will ask like, I'll be like, oh, you got.
Yeah, I know. People will ask me.
Yeah, I think it's just, don't know, it's just like because a very neutral question ma, usually when you first meet
it's
someone.
Not a bad question. It's not something that I will ask.
Interesting. So let us know what you think about this birth order. Do you believe in it? And also, I don't know, do you believe in the traits? Do you think you have been affected by it? Let us know. Yep. We'll see you next time. Bye.